What's up, homies? Now, I got some stories for you today, but before we get into that, I just want to remind everybody, if you guys are enjoying the content that I'm putting out on this channel, feel free to drop a like and a subscribe. That's really going to actually help my channel because it's going to show my videos to other people, get the word flowing that I'm putting out fucking awesome stories for you guys, and just great content all around. And now, this video is actually someone commented on one of my videos, and it's my friend Austin. He says he wants to know what my favorite memory from Shaq is. Now Shaq, this is a weird thing. If you guys were following this channel like a long time ago, you'll kind of have an idea of what this is. Or if you're my friend, obviously you know what this is. So boom, there you go. If you're Jordan, you know what this is. So basically the Shaq was like this, one of my friends had a garage, and in high school it was like the only one of my friend groups who their parents like let them smoke weed in their house. So we would always go over to this dude's house, right? And this was like, he was right close to the school, so it was perfect for everyone. Like, he was a good dude. So it was honestly like, it was a fucking perfect setup. And so he asked me what my favorite memories from like the Shaq era of my, the teenage years was. And I kind of had to I had to think about that for a while, but I got two stories, two contenders. And I don't really have a favorite because there's obviously so many stories that I've like forgotten about that I'll probably remember after shooting this video, and I'll be like, fuck, maybe that's my favorite time. But like, these are just two videos that stood out, and they're not really like long enough or crazy enough for their own stories. So all that being said, I'm gonna get into the first one. I really hope you guys enjoy this video, and drop a like and subscribe if you want. Check out the playlist, all that shit. You guys know what to do. Now, this first story, takes place, we were all hanging out in the shed, or in the garage, it was me and probably like 10 of my friends, maybe a little bit more. The most packed this garage ever got was maybe like 15, 16 people, maybe a little more than that, maybe like 20 maximum, but no more than that. But on any given day, there was like 6 people. So having 10, 12 people, like today, this time, it was a pretty full garage, right? So we had a lot of people in there, we were smoking weed, and when we're smoking weed in there, like I remember walking down the alleyway, man, and we would be so far away, we'd be like fucking like 10 houses away, and you could smell the weed from there. So it's like, when you're walking up to that garage, you know there's a fucking party going on in there, and you know what's going on. So anyway, there was like, a whole bunch of us were just fucking hitting bongs and hanging out. Maybe we were drinking too, I don't really remember. I didn't drink very much when I was younger, so like I didn't partake, so I don't, necessarily remember all the times that we were drinking. Now, like I said, so we're all chilling in here, smoking weed, we got fucking ounces on the table, there's bongs everywhere. Like I said, the whole neighborhood looks like weed, and we're being loud, we're playing music, like it's a fucking party pretty much. And so, we're all sitting there, we're telling stories and talking, and then just the door opens. And when the door opens, it's like loud, and everybody's like, who the fuck is, who's at the door, right? And we weren't expecting anybody. I think we were actually, we were expecting one of my friends. And, the door opened, we heard the gate, and we all thought, because there's like a gate that opens from the back alley, and you can hear it from inside of the garage. And so we heard the gate, and we were all like, oh man, like, it's Levi, or whoever we were waiting. I think it was Levi, but we were all waiting for somebody. And, we heard the gate, and we're like, okay, this is our boy, right? And then the door opens, and we're all 15, 16, and then this like 25-year-old dude comes in. This is it, right? Comes in. This is like a 24 case of beer, right? He just does this. Oh my god, bro, that was it was just so fucking hilarious. I remember he walked in, he had his beer, and he's obviously like, he smelled the weed, and he knows there's like music and shit coming from this garage, and he's looking for his party. Apparently he's never been to this person's house before. Opens the door, sees a bunch of high school kids blazed out of their fucking minds, just looking at him, and he's just looking back. And then like, fuck man, like honestly, someone said this afterwards, like we should have offered that dude a bong rip. Maybe we could trade a bong rip for a beer. Like, and thinking back on that, he probably went to his fucking party and told like the opposite story that I'm telling. It was probably equally as fucking funny. Because can you imagine like, you know, your boys invite you out and you're like walking down to the spot, you got your beer, you're feeling like the fucking man, and you're like walking up and you're like, oh, fuck, I thought maybe it was a few doors down, but like the party's here, obviously, there's cars, you know, smells like weed, there's music, like this has to be the party. And then you go in and it's just like fucking people like half your age just looking at you high as fuck. Like that must have been actually just like a what the fuck moment for this guy. And then he left, like, no, he didn't, you know, he wasn't like a snitch or anything, because weed was illegal at this point, but he didn't fucking, you know, of course he didn't do anything about it, like that guy was cool. And he probably went to his fucking party and yeah, had a good ass time. But yeah, guys, so that's story number 1. Now I'm gonna get into story number 2 right now. What even was story number 2? I gotta fucking, I gotta sit here and think about that for a second, shit. Okay. Alright. I remember what story 2 is. Oh my god. So so we had a shack, right? It's just like a normal house, right, in a residential area. So there's like neighborhoods everywhere. There's houses next door and everything. And at one point, the neighbors that we used to have, they moved, and we got new neighbors. And it's kind of funny because my brother actually knew the neighbors that moved in. So like he would be over there talking to them while I'd be like walking to my friend's house, and I'd see my brother at like the neighbor of this like, you know, of shack, and I'd just be like, what the fuck are you doing here? But it was his friends, you know, he worked with them. So I learned that was pretty cool. I remember one time I was walking, you know, and I saw these dudes were like outside and working on something in the back in the garage. You know, I gave him a wave and was like, how's it going? And then walked in the garage. You know, there's a couple of my friends there. And we're waiting for my friend Jordan. And, you know, we hear Jordan's truck pull up out back. Because, you know, like I said about the little fucking gate door, like everything that goes on right outside the garage, like you can hear it. So we hear my friend's truck, and his truck's loud as fuck at the time. So he rolls up in his truck, and he gets out, and we hear him like, he's like talking to the neighbor, but it's not just like a quick like, hey, how's it, like he's talking to him for a couple minutes. And then he like walks into the garage, and he just has this like huge stack of fucking magazines, man, like big, like fucking, you know, and you know, they're all fucking like old, and there's like pages out of the binds and shit, and it's all fucking like 80s porno, like no lie, like it's fucking old ass stash of porn magazines that he just gave to my friend. Like apparently he was just walking in and he just like handed to him, and he's like, yeah, I got a gift for you or something like that. And gave him a bunch of porn magazines. And we didn't know what the fuck to do with them, so we sat them in there, and April Fool's was coming up. So what I ended up doing was I took the magazines and I put them, because my brother knew the guy, so like I went into my brother's room, which is actually this room that I'm in right now. I went to my brother's room and I put all the magazines like under his covers and like under his blankets and fucking under his pillows and shit. And I don't remember how the fuck he reacted. I think he got mad at me. I think he was pretty pissed off about that. But yeah, that's like pretty much the second story. Like I said, neither of those stories are like crazy enough really to have a story on their own, but I thought for like a good memories video, like that would be the perfect fucking chance. So yeah, guys, if you guys like these fucking stories and like the type of content that I'm putting out, like I said at the beginning, drop a like, drop a subscribe. It's gonna help me out, it's gonna help you out, it's gonna help fucking everybody out. So yeah, be sure to do that, guys. And without further ado, I will see you guys on the next video. Peace out, homies.
My wallet for flipping a product, evading the 501, hiding the profit, and leaving food coughing. You might hit the coffin, do not interrupt when I'm talking. Don't hit me up cause I'm popping, not even a dap up, not even a nod. And I know that it's shocking, I came up for nothing. I ain't had no room, my clothes were in boxes. My homies stay in the projects, on the corner just talking that nonsense.